I read this last night, yesterday evening, and I had to read it again to make sure I was reading everything right. First of all, I thought you were 20 when I first looked at it, but you're only 19 years old. You only went to the 9th grade, but you took a gun to school, right?
Yes. During his upbringing, he had no adult male mentorship or guidance during some of the most formative years of his life. On November 21st of 2020, when Mr. Robinson was 13 years old, Mr. Robinson's death was memorialized by the Montgomery County Homicide Memorial, and it is my understanding that at this time, no individual has been brought to be held responsible for the death of Mr. Robinson's father. Additionally, thereafter, Your Honor, Mr. Robinson's uncle was killed in a motor vehicle accident. These were two very important male figures in his life. And without this guidance and structure or effective intervention following these traumatic events, Mr. Robinson became increasingly susceptible to negative peer influences, poor decision making, and spent time in the company of peers who encouraged and normalized criminal behavior. At this time, the court is now presented with an 18-year-old defendant whose criminal behavior is closely intertwined with unresolved trauma, addiction, immaturity, lack of education, and negative peer influence. Mr. Robinson also admitted in his PSI that he was under the influence of OxyContin during these offenses. We would ask this court to impose a sentence using minimum sanctions without imposing an unnecessary burden on governmental resources. We'd ask this court to impose a minimum prison sanction if that is what the court chooses. We believe that Mr. Robinson would benefit greatly from therapy, from intervention, from assistance, education, mentorship, and many other things that can be provided to him so that if he is sentenced to prison, when he is released, he is able to contribute meaningfully to society and grow into the young man he is destined to be. He's ready to put his past behind him, be conscious of the past that brought him before this court today, and move on so that he can continue to be the provider for his family. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Robinson, is there anything you want to say, sir?
Yes, Your Honor. I just want to say, I take accountability for my actions that I committed in the community, Your Honor. And the days that I spent in a Warren County jail, I just want to say that I grew as a young man. And I want to put my past in the past. Just live my life right from this day forward, Your Honor.
Okay. I read this last night, yesterday evening, and I had to read it again to make sure I was reading everything right. First of all, I thought you were 20 when I first looked at it, but you're only 19 years old. You only went to the 9th grade, but you took a gun to school, right?
Yes.
You said your relationship with your mother was close, tight, daily contact. Relationship with your sister, Kinley, is close. Relationship with Jernay and Hope, your half-siblings, is close. Relationship with Jamie Grayson, your stepmother, is close and tight. It seems like you can read this and tell deep down you're a decent person who's been very troubled, and you're diagnosed. I think this may be the first time I've ever seen this diagnosis of conduct disorder. Adolescent Onset Conduct Disorder means basically you've got a disorder that you can't control your conduct. That's pretty dangerous, really. But you have accepted responsibility. You're still young enough that if you turn yourself around, you can have a decent life. If not, you kind of got an idea of where it's headed, don't you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, there has to be a price to pay for this. I wish this weren't the case. I really do. How long has he been serving that 12-month sentence?
I believe he was sentenced in late May, early June.
Okay, so in a month. How long have you been incarcerated?
Since January 29th.
January?
Yes, sir.
Okay, how much credit does he have with us?
163 days.
Okay, all right, the sentence is 2 years. Credit for 163 days. On count 1, the sentence is 2 years, credit for 163 days. On count 2, sentence is 12 months on count 3, 12 months on count 4, 12 months on count 5. All of those are to run concurrent. And this case will run concurrent with the sentence he's now serving.
Judge, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I want to point something out.
I've got to have a consecutive.
That has to be, at least, I believe that at least one of them had to be consecutive, so the 12 months would be consecutive.
Yeah, well, I'm going to, since I made that mistake, I'm going to modify that to 6 months and modify, count 1 is 18 months, count 2 is 18 months, count 3 is 12 months, count 4 is 6 months, count 5 is 6 months, count 4 is to run consecutive to count 1 for a total of 2 years, and count 2, 3, and 5 are to run concurrent with count 1. Credit for 162 days. Driver's license suspension is for 5 years. Is there a mandatory fine in this case?
There's not a mandatory fine, Judge, but again, we would ask for the order of restitution as well.
Restitution is $30,000.
$31,300, Your Honor.
That's ordered, $31,300. Waive cost, waive fines. You have a right to appeal this sentence. You have 30 days from today to file a notice of appeal. If you cannot afford an attorney will be appointed to represent you. I want to make sure he's paying attention to what I'm saying.
Yes, Your Honor.
If you can't afford an attorney will be appointed to represent you. Any document you need to be provided at no cost. Do you have any questions, sir?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, that's all. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Where's the treatment at?
He was assessed by the coach. That's where it's recommended.
The coach.
This is case 21CR38480, State of Ohio versus Garrett Ludwig. Mr. Ludwig is present with his counsel, Aaron Aldridge. The state is represented by Teresa Hyatt. We're here for a final ILC violation. Is there a statement from probation?
Yes, Your Honor. The defendant has 43 days of jail time credit, and the recommendation per Officer Wilkerson is that he remain on ILC, follow all recommendations from the coach and aftercare, as well as once the monitor is removed, be requested to go back to Montgomery County for courtesy supervision.
Okay, thank you. Anything from the state?
Your Honor, we're fine with that recommendation.
Okay, Mr. Aldridge?
He will admit to the violation, and we are in agreement with those recommendations. Unfortunately, he kind of got off track here a little bit, but it sounds like he is back on track. He's employed. He sought treatment. He's in compliance now, so I think those recommendations are appropriate.
Mr. Ludwig, is there anything you'd like to say, sir?
No, sir.
Okay, then we'll continue him on ILC. I'll give you another chance here and impose the recommendations of probation and the prosecutor and defense counsel. Everybody's on the same page, huh?
Cool.
That's a rare one today, I'll tell you, Judge.
Okay, anything else?
No, but we were doing outpatient, is that correct, Deputy Coach?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay,
And
I'm
how
sorry.
much longer would you like him to remain on the monitor, Your Honor?
How long has he been on it?
I believe he was ordered to it on June 1st. I don't know the exact date he got out, but it's been less than a month.
Okay, so we'll continue him on a monitor on curfew. Is that what he's already on?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I have no curfew.
I believe he's on an open schedule, Your Honor.
Open schedule? I guess I did that for a reason, so I'll just leave that as open schedule.
Okay.
Is that for any particular length of time, Judge, or just till further notice?
60 days
60.
minus 30, whatever. 60 days from the day he was put on the monitor.
Thank you.
Okay, thank
Thank
you.
you.
Mr.